Determine the range for the following function. We know that the range is the set of all possible outputs. So let's take a look at what kind of outputs we can have from this quadratic expression. A common method to deal with quadratic expression is called completing the square, which essentially makes use of the perfect square formula. So a perfect square formula like a squared minus 2ab plus b squared equals a minus b bracket square. And then we will start with rewriting this expression to make use of that formula. We're going to write it as x squared minus 2 times x times 3 plus 1. The reason why we put it this way is because we want the first two terms in this expression to match those in the formula. So we can, for example, identify x squared x a squared, and then the middle term can be identified as 2 times a times b. Right? So it's obvious that if a is x and this is 2ab, then we're going to have b equal to 3. So a equal to x, b equal to 3. And then the next term, we need to have b squared. And because b is equal to 3, that suggests b squared has to be 3 squared, which is 9. But the problem here is we don't have b squared, which is 3 squared. So we're gonna make it up. And this process is called completing the square. So we're gonna make it 3 square here, and then subtract another 3 square to make it even, and then plus this one at last. After this, we will take a look at this 3 terms, which can be turned into a perfect square by using this formula. Right? This formula suggests these 3 things is going to give us a minus b bracket square. So that's going to give us x minus 3 squared. And then we calculate the rest of terms here. The negative this square plus 1 is going to give us negative 8. So now the process is already complete. Next, we will do some analysis to figure out what is the smallest output as well as the largest output. The first term here is x minus 3 perfect square, which we know is always non-negative. So it's going to be greater than or equal to 0. And then next, we're going to subtract 8 on both sides of this inequality. So we have x minus 3 squared minus 8 greater than or equal to 0 minus 8, which is just negative 8. And that tells us that this is going to be greater than negative 8. So we now see that the smallest output for this expression, which is the function, is going to be negative 8. And that value is attained when x is equal to 3. Okay, so right here, smallest output is going to be negative 8. And then let's now take a look at the largest possible output. Unfortunately, there's no such a thing as the largest possible output in this case, because you can try to plug in very big value for this x. For example, x equal to 1,000, 10,000, 1 million, then this square is going to grow to a very big number. So you can expect that the function can get as big as infinity. So the conclusion here is no, the largest output does not exist, which is infinity. And all of these things taken together will suggest our range is going to be from -8 to infinity. The square bracket here indicates that -8 is included, and then the rounded bracket here is for the infinity, which is not included.